Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me here on USB Unaffiliated Sports Broadcast, where I cover varsity high school sports for Grantsville High School, Tooele High School, and Stansbury High School. Shifting our focus to basketball as that time has arrived. So thank you for listening. I hope you enjoy the show. Please head over and like the Instagram page, follow it. That's where I put all the stats and updates and all the graphics to recognize these players. And be sure to get out there and support these local athletes. Thank you and enjoy the show. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me here on USB Unaffiliated Sports Broadcast. We've got a busy day today, very busy day, lots of games going on, lots of things to talk about. We also got a game recap from yesterday that we're going to do real fast. But to get started off, I wanted to kind of go over a few things because, we've got some new followers, and I kind of wanted to highlight, what this is all about and why I'm doing it. In a rough nutshell, I spent about 8 years in the Army as a combat engineer. That was plan A for me. And unfortunately, I got hurt, and I can't do it anymore. And so I came back here to Tooele County, where I'm from. I went to Tooele High School. My wife went to Grantsville High School. So this is home to us. And when we came back here, my kids started getting involved in a lot of the sports stuff. Both my boys played football for Grantsville High School. My oldest son did basketball, a little bit of track. My daughter, she's doing a lot of the youth stuff. And so it's been a huge part of my life for the last 7-8 years now. And so, as a result of that, I told myself when I came back here that I was never going to miss anything like that because I missed so much when they were younger. Between deployments and trainings and things like that, I missed a lot. And I've held pretty good to that. And I never wanted to miss it. But as a result of that, I've become heavily invested, right? Because as much as it was like the highlight of my life to be able to watch my kids grow in the stuff that they like and the things that they enjoy, I also became heavily invested in their peers. There's a ton of athletes and players that I am now invested in, and I want to see the success and growth that they have. And what I realized when my oldest son graduated was that all this chaos was like kind of dwindling down, right? And that I was going to miss it. I was going to miss it. As stressful as it could be at times, and, especially if you're a parent with multiple kids or a parent of a multi-sport athlete, like it can be very chaotic. It can be very stressful. But at the end of the day, you're going to miss it. And that's kind of where I ended up. I hit this spot. Like my youngest son still plays. He's got another year to do that. That's why the football coverage is generally a little more biased because I'm not going to miss this stuff, right? But for the most part, though, it's slowed down a lot. And I had this realization, like, what am I going to do, with my evenings now? Like, I hate TV, so I'm not a TV guy. I didn't know what I was going to do. So I started doing this. Because what I realized is there's not a ton of support out here in Tooele County for it. There's bigger pages like, Slinging the Pill and things like that, for instance, who do a phenomenal job covering sports statewide. They do a phenomenal job. Nothing I'm about to say is to knock anything that they do. They do a phenomenal job. But because of the fact they cover the whole state, I think it's hard for them to kind of highlight anything that's not a highlight reel, right? And so what I wanted to do is I wanted to look at these athletes individually as best as I could and try to showcase what they could do, because I think you end up with a lot of times like with very talented players on teams that maybe aren't seeing much success, right? And to be able to, this is why I try to make it a point to go to as many games as possible, because I like to find things that I can highlight for them, or at least talk about, to kind of get them some exposure, because, you could have a really good player on a team that's not seeing much success. And, but is anybody going out there and being like, hey, have you seen their on-ball defense one-on-one, right? Like, man, they do a phenomenal job, right? Like just things like that. And so I didn't see anything like that. And I kind of wanted to showcase it. That's why, like, for football in particular, I like watching JV games. underclassmen games because I like to see who's coming up, and what they bring to the table, and find some things. Like I don't know his name. I'm definitely gonna have to learn it. I think he's a freshman though. He's like 4 feet tall. He's very short, and I want to say his number was number 6. It's been a minute, but I was watching his games and watching and seeing that, yeah, there was big plays made on him, but he was in the right spot every single time, and the disadvantage that he had was just simply his size right now. That kid, I think, is going to be good if he keeps working it. You know what I mean? And seeing things like that, I don't know, it brings me excitement. So, I've become, over the years, I've just become invested in the growth of athletes other than my own kids. And that's a byproduct of me going and being entrenched in that. And so that's what I wanted to do. And I wasn't really sure how I was going to do it. I wasn't really sure how I was going to get started. I didn't even know if I was going to cover basketball, to be honest, just because I didn't know, right? And one thing I can say is that I'm extremely glad that I did, because I think prior to starting this journey, I maybe saw the Tooele girls especially play like maybe once. I don't know if I ever saw the Stansbury girls play. My only exposure to the Tooele Men's or the Stansbury Men's was when Grantsville would play them, right? And so, you go to these games and you see a player like, say, Hallie Hogan on Tooele. My first impression, like, I'm not gonna lie to anybody, like, my first impression, I didn't have high expectations, right? I just didn't. And then you start watching the game, right, and you see, holy smokes, her man defense is pretty good. It's pretty good, and the way she controls her offense for her team, phenomenal. And she could score, and now I'm heavily invested. You know what I mean? And then you find players like Apisi Male or Porter Hinton, who I knew about because my son played with his brothers, right? But I don't feel like I've ever seen him play, and you just see stuff like that, And like Lael Rhodes coming off the bench, like, he's not a starter. He's not going to get a ton of publicity. He's not getting his name called at the beginning of the games, at least not right now, right? But what he does for his team is absolutely amazing. A phenomenal defense, contributing on offense, and then on the Grantsville side, like Dennis Castano, like, I'm heavily invested in that kid. You got Evan Bunderson, heavily invested in him. I've watched him grow and play. You've got, the up and comers, the Jordan Fostons, the Dresden Jensen, Jackson Jensen, Cole Sparks, who is doing phenomenal coming off the bench, hitting threes, right? Like, I'm invested in all these guys now, and it's been great. And the way I look at it is, in this county, we've got, I think, like 60 to 70,000 people roughly in the county, right? I want to get as much of that support out there for those guys to at least just get them some fans in the stands or something, right? Because I feel like there's enough people out here that there should be enough publicity, and I don't feel like anything was there for that. So that's why I started doing this. I don't make any money off this. I don't plan to make any money off this. That's not the point of any of it. This part of it, the podcast stuff, is definitely my hobby for sure. But everything else, like, I'm not trying to pay my bills with this. Okay, I'm not going to reach out and ask you to buy stuff, and no, that's not what I'm about. I just want to enjoy it because I do enjoy it. It's been absolutely awesome to find these players, and your Crew Lewis's, your Grady Simons, your Luke Riches, like, these guys are pretty talented, man, and it's pretty awesome to see. And what the Grantsville girls are doing in particular, it's amazing. It's amazing to be a part of, and I highly encourage it. And the only thing I'm ever going to ask from you guys is that you just spread this around and show the support for these athletes, because the one thing I don't want anybody to do is give up on their goals and their dreams. I think a lot of people, if they don't come to me, then I guess it just wasn't it, and they just go join a trade, and there's nothing wrong with that, okay? I'm not trying to knock those people. All I'm saying is I don't want people to give up on their dreams. And I think if you have a good support group, you're less likely to do that. So that's why I started doing this. I'm not going to lie to anybody. I'm winging it 99.99% of the time. The only thing that I know for sure that I'm doing right is turning on. I don't even know if I'm turning on the computer right. Okay, so that's just a quick little spiel about why I started doing this, what I'm trying to do. I am trying to incorporate as many people as I can. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to anybody. I don't know anything about cheerleading. I don't know anything about wrestling. It's hard for me to keep up with everything and do coverage for everything. But I am trying to improve on that, and hopefully moving forward, I'll get better at that. So thank you for the support so far. Please continue to share this stuff, because again, it's my intent is for these guys. Like, obviously I want it to grow so that these guys get more publicity, these guys and gals. That's the point of all of this. So that's going to be the 10-minute spiel. I talked for a minute. That's crazy. I don't know. I felt like it was needed to say. So we're going to go ahead and move on, though. All right, we're going to move on. All right, so like I said, we've got the recap from last night, okay, where the Grantsville ladies went on the road to face the Union Cougars. The Grantsville ladies took this game 71-29 out there on the road, and they improved to 18-0 on the season. Great job, great job. While the Cougars fall to 6-11 on the season. It looks like let's look at the quarter breakdown. It was a 27-4 first quarter for the Grantsville ladies. They're just dominating those first quarters in a lot of their games. It does look like Union kind of fought pretty hard in the second quarter. They went 17-12 favoring Grantsville, but then coming out of half, it was another 20-9 third quarter, and then the fourth quarter they would finish up 7-4. So not a lot really happening for the Cougars there. They went 6 for 11 from the free throw line. Looks like the Grantsville ladies went 7 of 10 from the free throw line. The leading scorer for Union was Paisley Parrish. She had 11 points, 2 3-pointers, 6 rebounds, and 1 steal. She was followed up by number 5, Lydia Hauscher. I hope I said that right. 6 points for her, 5 rebounds, 1 assist, and 1 steal. As for the Grantsville ladies, their leading scorer was, well, it was a tie. Their leading scorers were number 1, Bailey Louder with 20 points, and number 11, Avery Allred with 20 points as well, and 1 3-pointer for her. They were followed up by number 10, Cody Williams, with 11 points and 1 3-pointer. And then after her was, looks like number 5, Alexis Egbert with 10 points. Number 22, Ren White with 8 points, and 6 of those points being from 3. Number 3, Camry Allen with 2 points. So not a lot happening there for Union. Like I said, they fall to 6-11. The Grantsville ladies remain perfect and move up to 18-0 on the season. Looks like their next game will be on the road at Ridgeline on Monday, January 27th at 7 p.m. Let's see, Ridgeline is sitting at 19-0, so this is probably going to be a good matchup. Excuse me. This is probably going to be a pretty good matchup for the ladies. 19-0 for Ridgeline, 18-0 for Grantsville. So it looks like that's going to be a pretty good game. Let's just kind of look into that real fast, just because now I'm curious. 19-0. Their leading scorer for Ridgeline is number 5, Emily Skinner. She has 501 points. She's averaging 26 points per game. She's hit 35 3-pointers. She's got 177 rebounds, 81 assists, and 68 steals. But this is the thing that always concerns me when I'm looking at stats, right? So, like I said, she's got 501 points on the season. The next leading scorer for Ridgeline is number 13, Brooke Smith, who has 170 points, and she's only averaging about just under 9 points per game. She has hit 25 threes, though, and it looks like she's picked up about 32 steals and 80 rebounds. So when I see a disparity like that, I tend to get concerned, right? Because it's like, if that player has a bad game, are you going to be successful? We'll see. 19-0, they're clearly not a bad team, so I don't want to assume that that's going to be the case. I'm sure every team has game planned against them, and they've still found a way to be successful. So it's going to be, looks like that's going to be a good game for them. Good game for them. Good matchup, I think. So we'll see. Let's see. I did pull up Max Preps too. I usually don't look at Max Preps mainly because they have a ton of ads. But like I said, the Grantsville girls are 18-0 on the season. They're ranked first in their region, 3A Region 13. They're sitting at 6-0 in region right now. So that's good news for them. I don't know, actually, if is Ridgeline 3A? I don't think they are they? I could be wrong about that. Could be wrong. Let's see. See if it takes me to it real fast. Yeah, no, they're 4A. Okay, that's what I thought. Sorry, guys. So, even if the ladies are unsuccessful in this one, it doesn't look like it's going to affect their region standing. So that's obviously good news. But I also don't think they're going to be unsuccessful because, as I said in the last game day episode, the Grantsville ladies have gone out and they've played teams that are, people would say are above their level, and they've won. So I definitely still like their odds. I just think it's going to be a good matchup. I think it's going to be a good game for them. So that is your Grantsville Lady Cowboys. Again, they went out on the road to Union, took that game 71-29. Great job, ladies. And Monday, January 27th, is on the road again at Ridgeline. So good luck to you, ladies. We're rooting for you, and can't wait to see what you guys do. Okay, so now we're going to get into the game day. Game day for the Grantsville Cowboys men's team. They will be at home tonight facing Union. Let's see what they're sitting at right now. I think I'm going to trust Max Preps a little bit better for the record, so give me just a second. Let me pop that up. My bad. I thought I had it ready to go. But in the meantime, Grantsville sitting at 10-8 on the season. They're currently sitting at 4th in their region with a 2-3 record after their win over Ogden. So let's see. Union's sitting at 11-7 on the season, so pretty good for them. They're sitting in 3rd at 3-2. So this would be a big win for the Cowboys if they could knock them off that spot. So definitely interested in that. Let's see what we got here. Looks like on the road, Union is 3-5 on the road. Meanwhile, Grantsville's been they're sitting at 4-7 on their away games, 6-1 at home. Union's got a perfect 5-0 at home, but again, they're going on the road today. So, Union's sitting at 3-5 on the road for their games this season. So that's promising. That's definitely promising. Looks like the leading team leaders for each team. For Union, looks like you got number 2, Wake Olson. He's averaging 18.6 points per game. For Grantsville, you got number 2, Bryson Roberts, averaging 19 points per game. Rebounds per game, you got number 2, Wake Olson, averaging 6.3 rebounds per game. For Grantsville, it's number 11, Dresden Jensen, averaging 6.4. Yeah, so going to be a big game for them tonight at home against a pretty good team. The Cougars, like I said, they're sitting at 11-7 on the season. They're currently 3rd in their region. So this is going to be a big game for them, I think. And they played a big game against Ogden. Not last night, night before. I think this is. I'm not going to say it's a must-win, but it's definitely one that I feel like they definitely probably want to win to progress in that, because their next game coming up will be against Morgan, which is a big rival for them, and Morgan's playing phenomenal. So I think they need to take this one a little bit, just so that I think they could beat Morgan. I really do. I think any team's beatable, but Morgan is playing phenomenal. So we'll see. But so I do think they definitely need to take this game. Definitely looking for that. That way they can get a little bit higher in the rankings there. But again, it looks like Union's doing pretty good, so I imagine that's going to be a good game. That game will be tonight at 7 p.m. Here in Grantsville. Okay, so keep your schedule clear. Get over there. Let's kind of go over the season stats for a few people real fast. For the Cowboys, you got number 2, Bryson Roberts. He's leading the team with 314 points, again averaging about 19 points per game. He's hit 25 3-pointers. He's got 59 assists, 26 steals, 57 rebounds. He's followed up by number 24, Dennis Castano, with 141 points on the season, averaging 8.3 roughly. He's hit 24 3-pointers, 62 rebounds, 30 assists, and 36 steals. Your leading rebounder is Dresden Jensen, number 11, with 83 overall rebounds. Let's see, your leader in steals is number 24, Dennis Castano, sitting at 36 on the season so far. So, yeah, it's going to be a good game. It's definitely going to be a good game. Again, tonight, 7 p.m. in Grantsville. Get over there. The underclassmen games obviously start before that, so if you can get over there and check those out, you should definitely do so. But good luck to you guys. I like your odds. Doesn't look like Union does so hot on the road, so let's get that one. Let's get that. And thank you for beating Ogden. I asked you guys to beat Ogden, and you guys did. So thank you. I mean, I'm sure you did it for me, right? No, seriously. Good job against Ogden, by the way, because it didn't look like they were gonna really. There was moments where I wasn't really sure. I'm not gonna lie. And they played really well. So carry that momentum forward. For fans, keep your eye on. I did see Maddox Zimmer was getting a few more minutes in that Ogden game. He did pretty well. Actually, I actually want to give him a shout out because I think he did pretty well from what I was able to see on that game. Let's go back and look at that real fast because I don't think I did a recap of that one yet. So I do apologize. They don't have it listed. He was doing pretty good with rebounds. He was doing a really good job rebounding. So yeah, definitely be on the lookout for him. Cole Sparks came off the bench. He provided 5 points for him. He did pretty good. Jordan Fawcett obviously coming off the bench. I did see Jackson Jensen in there as well. He did some great things defensively in particular. I think he was really hustling for plays. He did a phenomenal job. So keep an eye on those underclassmen to kind of come in and take some of the pressure. Give guys like Bryson a break, right, and Dresden a break and things like that. So keep an eye out for those guys. Promising future from those guys coming off the bench for sure. Can't wait to see it. So again, tonight, 7 p.m. at Grantsville High School against Union. Be there. All right, so the next game in our game day coverage is going to be the Tooele Buffaloes men's team. They will be at home tonight. I'm not sure if they're the 5:15 game or the 7 p.m. game. I do kind of like what Tooele and Stansbury does with these games, where they do the double header in a way, where they got the men's varsity and the women's varsity same place, same day type thing. I just get confused on who starts when, so just go at 5:15. So the Tooele Men will be at home against Park City Miners tonight. Just go at 5:15. Just be there. Hang out. Enjoy yourself. Tooele is sitting at 2-16 on the season. They're coming off a pretty rough loss. They had some injuries. A lot of things just did not pan out very well in their last game. They're currently sitting at 7th in their region. So this would be a big game for them. But again, they've got some injuries, and yeah, I think for Tooele right now, I'm just going to assume that those players that got injured, which, by the way, I think there was 3 total. One was in the JV game, I believe it was. The other 2 were in the varsity game. I'm pretty sure it was Gus Pater. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think that was the other player that got injured. So they're down about 3 players right now, and that makes it tough, especially when 2 of them are your starters. And I'm going to assume that they're probably still out just based off the severity of the injuries. So when I'm looking at this, I think that this is a good game for that in certain ways, right? Because you got to see what you got coming off the bench, right? And I think Park City's struggling enough that I think that's kind of a good matchup for them to see what they've got coming off the bench. I know that they've got Luke Hogan back recently in the last couple games, right? He missed a good chunk of the season, so I'm not really sure where he's at, in terms of I don't want to say stamina, but it's the best thing I can think of right now, just because he hasn't played a lot of minutes this year, right? And so I don't know how much play he's going to get. He's definitely a bigger dude for him, so I think they're going to need some help from him, especially if Grady Simons is out, who's their dog down low, right? I think it's going to need to be a big game from him if he can manage it for him. Again, I don't know what his, maybe his minutes are limited still based off the injury. I don't know any of that. So, but I do think that this is a good game for Tooele to be coming into with these injuries. And the reason that I say that is because Park City is sitting at 3-16. Well, let's see. This is why you can't trust everything, by the way, guys. So let's see. Maybe this one's not messed up, but I'm using both of them now because historically I've had some issues with games being missed, and I've made the graphics and the records are wrong and things like that. I mess up enough on my own. I don't need bad information, right? But the Miners are sitting at 3-16 on the season, so they're not doing so hot. They're not doing so hot. So I think if you're Tooele and you're coming in with a team that's battling through injuries and just got more injuries, I think this is a good matchup to kind of settle down and balance back into some things, right? So let's just kind of look at it for a second. Where is it at? Here we go. Park City, like I said, sitting at 3-16 on the season. They are coming off an 85-51 loss to Cottonwood. Okay, the last time Tooele, I think, have you guys played these guys yet? Yeah, last time Tooele played these guys, it was 69-64. It was a close game, very close game. So definitely looks good, in my opinion. Obviously, it's going to be problematic going into it with injuries, right? But I do feel like this is one that potentially might work out in the favor of the Buffaloes, right? So again, 3-16 on the season for Park City. Their leading scorer is number 24, Luke Rice. He's got 280 points. He's averaging about 14.7 points per game. He's hit 23 pointers. He's got 80 rebounds, 32 assists, and 14 steals. So that's your leading scorer for Park City. As for Tooele, if it wants to load, there we go. Holy smokes, technology. Their leading scorer is number 24, Crew Lewis, who is not one of the injured, so he's probably expected to play, right? He's got 258 points on the season. He's averaging 14.3 points per game. He's got 24 three-pointers, on the season. 114 rebounds. He makes up a lot of that ground. 44 assists and 20 steals. Now, again, their leading rebounder is Grady Simons, number 1, who was injured in the last game. He left the game with an injury. So I'm assuming, emphasis on the assuming, okay, because I don't know. But just based off what I saw, I'm going to imagine he's probably still out for this game. He's their leading rebounder with 124. And so, Crew Lewis is definitely capable of taking over a game. I've seen it a few times this year. I just don't know if it's going to be enough for him, right? So I'm looking for Jackson Mather to continue contributing to his team. He does a really good job there. They're gonna need Mason Heap to make those shots that he historically has made. I think that's going to be a big factor for him tonight. He's gonna need to make those shots. I liked a lot of what I saw out of Christian Rogers. He got some added minutes as a result of everything in the last game, and I think he did pretty well personally. So hopefully he can carry that momentum over and be able to contribute a little bit more, because they're going to need it. They're going to need it. And again, I don't know, number 25, Luke Hogan, I don't know the any limitations that he may have, if any, based off the injury that he had earlier in the season, right? And again, he hasn't played a lot of games, so where's his stamina at? I don't know. I don't know. This is definitely going to be a game where I think you find that out, though. So, yeah, I'm looking for these guys to come off the bench and be an active contributing factor. They're going to have to be. It's just the way that it is, right? Because you got number 10, Weston Hogan, who's, let's see, where's he at? He is 4th on their scoring with 110 points. So you're missing out there. He's got 52 assists on the season. That's where you're really missing out on it with Weston being out. He is a heck of a passer, creating opportunities for the rest of his team. He's also got 58 rebounds and 17 steals. So not easy shoes to fill, right? And so I'm really looking for them for those players off the bench to be able to come in and just go out there and ball, man. Have fun, because I'll just call a spade here. You guys are 2-16. You got nothing to lose. Go out there, have fun, right? Build it. You got you got some games left. You could do something. You really could. You really could. And so don't give up on that. You can't just give up on that. And yeah, you're missing some key players that provide very well for your team. That's definitely going to make it problematic. Not going to lie, but it's definitely doable. So definitely doable. And you're going against a team that is equally struggling. So I do feel like this is a good matchup for that. You guys already know what to kind of expect. You only lost by 5 against them the last time you played. Go out there and just ball out, guys. Ball out. Have some fun with it. Keep those heads up high. Keep grinding. Keep grinding. Again, that game will be tonight at Tooele against Park City, either 5:15 or 7 p.m. So just be there at 5:15. Don't even risk it. Don't even risk it. Be there at 5:15. Be there at 5. Be there at 5 because you need to find a good spot to sit, and you probably need to go get a hot dog or something. I've eaten plenty of them over there. All right, they're not bad. The chips are a little questionable though. I'm not gonna lie. They might have been there for a minute. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I don't know. Maybe it was just me that day. I'm willing to admit that, but I don't know. But the hot dogs are pretty good. Hot dogs are pretty good. So get over there, Tooele High School, 5:15 tonight. Be there. Be there. Go support these guys. Go support them. Good luck, guys. Okay, for our next matchup, we've got the Tooele Lady Buffs, also at home tonight, against Park City. This one is listed at 5:15, so I think this might be the game that starts at 5:15. But either way, be there at 5:15 for both of these games. Stay, watch, have a great time. The Tooele Lady Buffs are sitting at 13-5 on the season. Meanwhile, the Park City Miners come in at 4-12 on the season. Tooele is sitting at 7-0 in region. So great job there. They're currently first in their region, the Tooele Lady Buffs. So great job. 13-5. Can't be mad about that at all. Can't be mad about that at all. Again, they're taking on Park City. Let's look at the last time they played. The last time the ladies took on Park City, they won that one 51-36. Looks like Kennedy Searle, Macy Gusson, and Hallie Hogan all had big games in that one, 14, 13, and 12 there, respectively. Hallie Hogan with 5 steals. So they got the most of them in the first matchup. I'm not expecting much different because they continue to improve. Like they're pretty good. They're pretty good. Like they're doing really good things. And again, they're first in region. I mean, what 7-0? That's what I said, right? 7-0. Great job. Great job. So interesting turnaround for them. Super excited for them. This game will be tonight, 7 p.m. I do think that when I watch the Stansbury game, let's pull those stats up so I don't just talk out of nowhere. In that Stansbury game, let's see, Hallie Hogan, she had 8 points, which not a bad night. But I do think if you look at the previous matchup there against Park City, they're going to want a bigger game from her. I'm sure she wanted a bigger game for herself too, right? But I think they're going to need a little bit bigger game from her there. I think in that Stansbury game, the thing that concerned me the most with Tooele was that when things weren't working out for them, I really felt like they were forcing threes that I think kind of kept them out of the game longer because when they locked down on defense, they started moving it to the inside. They started getting foul calls. They really improved, and they took that fourth quarter. And I think had they maybe started that a little bit earlier, instead of forcing some of those threes to just try to dig back into things, I think it might have been a little bit different for them. But either way, they won that. They won that game, right? That was just the biggest thing that concerned me. The cliche, you live by the 3, you die by the 3 type thing. And because there were some fatigue misses there, and kudos to the Stansbury on that one for their added defense, right? But there were some fatigue misses that weren't really characteristic of what I've seen from Tooele. So hopefully they don't get into that rhythm. But again, I like their chances here. They're the team to beat for the ladies in their region right now. So it's up to Park City to come in there and win that one. Let's look at Park City real fast. What's their road? I mean, like I said, they're not. Oh man, I hate Max Preps sometimes. I hate Max Preps a lot of the time. It's not gonna lie. It's so many ads. Let's see. Park City's 4-12, like we already talked about. They're 1-7 in region. They're currently sitting at 6th. Their away record is 2-5. So I definitely like Tooele's odds here. Again, it's up to Park City to come in and steal this one, right? Because the Tooele Lady Buffs are the team to beat for their region. So it's entirely on Park City to come in and win this one. Tooele is 6-1 at home. They've lost one home game all season. So, yeah, it's definitely on Park City. Definitely on Park City. And they bested them in the last matchup. I'm expecting very similar today. I'm looking for, Camilla Laura. Yeah, there we go. I'm looking for her to have a big night on rebounds. She does phenomenal down there. Kennedy Searle, she does her thing. I am looking for Hallie Hogan to have a little bit more of an impact than in the previous game. That's not to say that she did bad. Okay, I'm looking for her to have a little bit more. Macy Gustin seems to be contributing quite a bit in the last few games. She's really coming into it there. So let's actually look at that, because I think I'm thinking of the right person there. Let's look at it. There it is. Bam. All right. In the last, she's pretty consistent with where she's been. So I guess maybe it's just something that I just noticed. Last 2 games, she's at 9. She's got 19 points in the last 2 games. She's sitting at 20 rebounds though. She's doing a great job there. Maybe that's not who I was thinking of then. Let's see. Gosh, there we go. If I could read, right? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just something that I just noticed then, but I'm looking for her to continue that as well. And again, I'm looking for Hallie Hogan to kind of be a bit more involved. In the last, let's look at it like this. This is why I say what I say. In the Stansbury game, she had 8 points. In the Hillcrest game, she had 7. In the 2 games prior to that, against Murray, Cottonwood, she had 11 and 13, and then against Hunter, she had 19. So she's definitely a valuable piece on the offensive side for him. And I think it was just shots just weren't dropping. I don't think it was anything to do with her effort or anything like that. So hopefully those shots are dropping tonight. And that's what I'm keeping my eye out for to see. So again, that game will be tonight in Tooele, 5:15 according to Max Preps, but just be there at 5:15. 5, remember, because you got to get your seats and your hot dogs and stuff, right? So 5 o'clock today, be over there at Tooele, support these teams. Good luck, ladies. Can't wait to see what you girls do. I'm super proud of you for the season that you've had. Fantastic job. Keep it up. All right, and for the next game, we got the Stansbury Stallions men's team. They will be on the road tonight in Hillcrest. They're 5-13 on the season. Currently sitting at 4-4 in region, 4th place for them in their region, and they will be going against the 12-6 Hillcrest Huskies. Because I don't know, I'm not familiar enough with these guys, so I want to make sure I got the information right. So bear with me. Yeah, so this is another region game. They're sitting at 3rd, so this would be a big win for Stansbury. I think if they can get this one. Hillcrest is sitting at 5-2. They are a perfect 6-0 at home, so that's a tall task right there. They're a perfect 6-0. They haven't lost a home game yet. Meanwhile, on the road, the Stallions are 4-7 on the road. They're actually better on the road than they are at home. The Stallions are only 1-6 at home, but they're 4-7 on the road. So I don't know. Maybe this is one of those games, right? So that's going to be definitely interesting to see. Stansbury is obviously coming off their inter-county rival game where they won that one over Tooele, right? And they're looking to keep that momentum going. This is a region game for them. It's big, and I think it would definitely improve them. I didn't know that they're. I mean, I guess I did know. I just didn't really think about it. That they were that much better on the road than they are at home, which is not something you usually see. But I mean, hey, you want to win on the road, you got to win on the road, right? So For the Stallions, they are led in points by number 25, Porter Hinton. I didn't do that for the other one. Man. They are led in points by number 25, Porter Hinton, with 191 points on the season, 34 three-pointers, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. He's followed up by number 2, Will Stevens, with 185 points, averaging 10.88 per game, 28 three-pointers. So between those two, huge on the three-pointers. 1 rebound, 1 assist. Aiden Pearson also has quite a few. Number 1, he's sitting at 23 on the season. So good job to him. In third place for him, you got number 53, Tegan Johnson, 163 points, 7 rebounds. There's no way that's right. Okay, well, we're not going to read rebounds. There's no way that's right. 7 rebounds. No way. So we'll just go with points in three-pointers, I think. Because if I remember right, I'm not used to seeing actual stats outside of points for Stansbury anyway. So I'm going to guess that's probably one game. Actually, let's see if Max Preps actually adds anything. Let's look at it. Because maybe they do. I don't know. Player stats. Rebounds per game. Let's go totals. Yeah, okay. So Max Preps actually has these. So Tegan Johnson's sitting at 170 rebounds. He's their leading rebounder by far. The next closest person is number 11, Luke Rich, with 77, who's pretty good on rebounds as well. So that, like, Tegan Johnson is a big factor for them. He's got to have a big night. I think if they want to be successful, especially on the road. Yeah, definitely interested there. Let's see. Yeah, see. Okay, so here's the issue, right? Deseret News has number 25, Porter Hinton, has 191 points. They're also missing a game for them, so that could be why. Meanwhile, Max Preps has Porter Hinton at 212 points on the season. So, guys, I apologize if these stats are wrong. I'm working with what everybody's got. I prefer Deseret News. It's easier to navigate, less ads, but clearly they don't have all the stuff that Max Preps has. So, interesting. All right, so your offensive rebounds, I mean, Tegan Johnson he snagged 75 this season. So, like, that's huge for your team. That's why I say he's got to have a big game. Let's see. Now I got to go back through everything. This is, as great as some of this stuff is, it's sometimes difficult to navigate. Now, according to Max Preps, okay, for the Hillcrest Huskies, they're led in points by number 0, Mahler. He's got 232 points. He's got 102 rebounds, 38 steals, and 10 blocks, 49 assists. This is a big guy. I feel like I should know this. I don't know. It's not listed there. Okay. Go back to the other site. I'm telling you, that's the unfortunate thing about it. But I enjoy this podcast stuff, so hopefully you guys are okay with bearing with me through the navigation of the internet. All right. Holy cow. Click this, click that, click this, click that, blah, blah, blah. All right. Let's see. Deseret News has him listed at 6'5". Yeah, that's what I figured. So he's doing pretty good. He's their leading scorer this year. So definitely got to keep an eye out for him. Like I said, 232 points on the season, 102 rebounds, leads the team in rebounds, 38 steals. I think he leads the team. He leads the team in steals. That's pretty impressive. So definitely got to keep an eye out on him. As a whole, let's look at it as a whole. The Huskies are averaging 58 points per game. Averaging about 10 steals per game. They're sitting at about, it doesn't list it, of course not. Whatever. So, big game, I think, for Stansbury. Again, they're coming off their win where they've got probably some confidence, and hopefully they can carry that in. Again, they're better on the road, so this could be a bad night for Hillcrest. It could be. We'll see. It's definitely going to be a good game. So best of luck to you guys. Go out there, improve your standings. Do something with that momentum you got. I mean, it is what it is. Do something with it. So Best of luck to you guys. Good luck again. That game will be tonight. Let's see what Max Preps says. Good old Max Preps in their ads. Tons and tons of ads. This one's supposedly supposed to be at 7 p.m. But again, just be there at 5:15. Just go, because the girls play, and that's the next thing we're going to cover anyway. So good luck to you guys. Yeah, can't wait to see what you guys do. Good luck, guys. Okay, now the last game day game that we're going to cover is the Stansbury girls. Stansbury Stallions ladies. They are on the road as well at Hillcrest tonight. This one's supposed to be at 5:15, but it might be flip-flopped. I don't really know. The Stansbury ladies are sitting at 7-11 on the season, so not too bad. They're currently sitting at 4th in their region with 3-5 record. Their on the road record is 3-4. It's about pretty equivalent to their home record, which is 4-4. So they're about even. They just looks like they just kind of have their ups and downs, right? So they'll be taking on the 6-12 Hillcrest Huskies. Let's look at their thing real fast. Their home record is only 2-5. Their away record's 2-4, about the same. They're currently 0-7 in region. They're sitting at 7 in their region. So good matchup, I think, for the ladies here. Good opportunity to take a road win and improve their standings. Like I said, they're sitting at 4th in their region. So definitely could be potentially a good game for them. Let's do this. Let's use our brains, because we've been struggling in this today, right? Let's look at some stats. Let's look at some stats. All right, now according to Max Preps, okay, the leading scorer for the Stallions is number 15, Apisi Male. She's got 184 points on the season, 135 rebounds, 37 steals, and 7 blocks, 22 assists to go along with that. She's followed up by number 21, Addie Hansen, with 132 points, 106 rebounds, 27 steals, and 1 block. You got number 14, Sadie. Is it Sadie Kennedy? I gotta look. Yeah, Sadie Kennedy. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. See, one will give you the first name. Deseret News gives you the first name. Max Preps only gives you the first initial. And sometimes with all these names, I get confused. It is what it is. You guys don't care about that. I'm sorry. But Sadie Kennedy, she's got 80 points on the season, 88 rebounds, 20 steals. Number 12, Hallie McGee, sitting at 68 points, 43 rebounds, 24 steals. Number 23, Dania Malu. I knew that. I don't know why I questioned that. I gotta go back and do all that. She's got 62 points on the season. Number 23, Dania Malu. 62 points on the season, 66 rebounds, 9 steals, 5 blocks. So pretty good there. Let's see what Hillcrest has got. They've got, looks like their leading scorer is number 22, Back. She's got 121 points, 98 rebounds, 51 steals, 20 blocks. She's followed up by number 14, Mulamba, with 112 points, 156 rebounds, and 16 steals. So those are some of your leading scorers for the Huskies there. Again, I like this matchup for them. I do. Let's see. They won this one 45-30 in their first matchup. So this is the second meeting for these two teams, and Stansbury took the first one. So you know what to expect. I do like this matchup for them. I think what I saw from the Stansbury ladies on the defensive side in particular in that Tooele game, I think they're much improved, and I do like this game for them. I think this is going to be one they're going to steal on the road. But that, especially if they shoot the way they did against Tooele, their field goal percentage. I want to look that up, actually. I don't know if it's going to be on there, but I want to look that up for Stansbury, because I felt from watching the game, I felt like their field goal percentage was spectacular. Let's see here. So it says okay, so maybe not as sharp as I assumed, but yeah, 37% field goal from 2-point field goal percentage, 22% 3-point percentage. Why can't I just, there we go. Why can't I just find totals? Totals, that's all I want. What's the cumulative? There we go. So they were 35% from the field, and Tooele was 34%. So, yeah, I don't know. I thought it was a little bit better than that. Maybe not, but it felt like it was. It definitely felt like it was, and I think it was an improved shooting performance for him. Definitely an improved defensive performance for him. Yeah, no, they did a phenomenal job. So I think based off that growth that I've seen, I like this matchup for them. I think they take the second win over Hillcrest on this one. I really do. It was obviously a close one in the last game, but I do feel like they're going to take this one. Let's pull up those stats real fast. They won by 2, tight game. It was the fourth quarter. Defense for Hillcrest is the only thing that kept them in it. It looks like, because Hillcrest won that in their first matchup. Hillcrest won that one 12-5. Every other quarter, it was pretty tight. So definitely the fourth quarter defense for the Huskies is what got them to that point. So I think Stansbury's going to do really well with this one if they can build off of what I saw against Tooele. That's just how I felt. I mean, it looks like in that game the ladies had a bunch of steals. The Stansbury ladies had a bunch of steals. So I think with that added defensive pressure, like I said, I really do feel like they did a phenomenal job there personally. And so I'm looking for that to be a continued thing for them moving forward. I like this matchup. I think they're going to win this one and come back. So again, that game will be tonight on the road in Hillcrest. Okay. 5:15 is what's listed on Max Preps. So definitely be there if you're traveling. And to everybody who is traveling, please, safe travels. I saw some things where we might be getting some weather today. I don't know. So safe travels, obviously. And go out there and get that win, ladies. Come back, because what did I say? I've already forgot. You're 4th in region, right? 4th in your region? Yeah. 3 and 5. Go out there and get it. Good luck, ladies. We're rooting for you. Ball out. Okay, and last but not least, all right, special shout out time. The Stansbury and Tooele Cheer teams will be up at UVU, I believe it is. I'm pretty sure it's the same place, for the state competition there. So good luck, ladies and gentlemen, because I know Tooele has a co-ed. I don't know if Stansbury does. Sorry, but I don't know. So if you do, ladies and gentlemen, good luck to your teams. Go out there and do the best you can. I hope to see 1 and 2. Honestly, that's what I hope to see. Because obviously somebody's gonna have to lose, right? It is what it is. It's the nature of the beast. But I hope you guys are at the top. That's what I'm hoping. So, good luck to you. Again, much like yesterday, I'm not gonna pretend to know. Okay, I don't know technicalities of cheerleading. I don't know. But we do support you, and I am trying to spread that out and make sure that we get support to as many people as possible. Okay, so good luck. Seriously, good luck, and we're rooting for you. So go out there and do some flippies. That's what I call them. Okay, and I know that's I don't know what else to call them. All right, do some flippies and win that stuff. Win that stuff. All right. Yeah. I don't know. Throw them to the rafters. What do you say? I'm really trying to figure it out. But honestly, from the heart, best of luck to you guys. Everybody else, hey, make sure you show that love too, right? Just like we have been for the athletes. These are athletes as well, right? For the basketball and football, let's show the same love. To all the other sports that I know I'm missing, okay? I'm trying. I don't know. I don't know how to incorporate it all, and I also haven't figured out a good rhythm to keep track with what all these athletes do for all these schools, because there's a lot of you guys. All right, so I'm trying. Feel free to send me your stuff, and I will gladly give you a shout out, because there's a lot I miss. I admit that openly. So good luck to everybody. As far as the game days today, best of luck, guys. Again, safe travels for everybody, because like I said, there might be I saw that we might be getting some weather today, so please be safe out there. Please take care of each other. Support each other. send the love out there. I don't think we have any more inter-county rival games, so we can put that stuff aside. Bragging rights have been won, and now we move on to hopefully supporting each other, okay? Because in my opinion, that's what it's all about. So spread the love, guys. Spread the love. Again, please be safe, everybody. Have a great day. I don't know if I'm going to get the scores up to tonight. I have some plans for anniversary stuff, so bear with me. I'll get them up as soon as I have time. But best of luck, guys. Really, seriously. And again, please, everybody, be safe. Please take care of each other. As always, guys, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other, and we'll see you at the games. Thank you for listening to USB Unaffiliated Sports Broadcast. I hope you enjoyed the show. Be sure to get over there to Instagram and share this stuff. We also have a Facebook page if you're interested in that side of it. But get out there and share this stuff to support these local athletes. That's what it's all about. So thank you. I hope you enjoyed the show. The podcast is available on Spreaker, Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube, iHeartRadio, and probably places I'm not even aware of. So be sure to get out there, like, follow, and share that stuff, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.